Hi, I'm Rick Baird, Business Development with One Safe Place. Today I'm going to talk with you about profits. Specifically, I'm going to review the 6 vital steps to protecting and maximizing your hotel profits, even against fire.
I think that would be great. Okay, thank you. Bye. Hey! Tell somebody to bring a damn umbrella.
Got your attention? Good. Let's move on. In this case study, we will look at how Intercontinental Hotel in Montreal recovered within 30 minutes of a server crash without missing a beat, taking care of their guests. The 357-room Intercontinental Montreal suffered a PMS server crash. Utilizing the One Safe Place hybrid backup, we were able to launch an instant virtualization on the local backup device, and within 30 minutes they were back in business. But that's when things got more complicated. They needed a hardware replacement, and to make matters worse, the manufacturer could not source the server for 3 weeks. So Montreal ran the 357-room hotel on the One Safe Place local device for 21 days and then seamlessly transitioned to the new server once it arrived. Dominic DeAngelis, the director of finance, said, "Without hesitation, I highly recommend One Safe Place as a must-have solution to any business that has mission-critical systems that cannot afford any downtime." Next crash study is the 792-room Intercontinental Hotel. They also experienced a very large PMS crash. And with the assistance of One Safe Place hybrid backup, they were back in business in under 2 hours, utilizing our virtualized recovery. Took them 3 days to get the parts that they needed, and the director of IT, said this is the fastest backup and recovery solution that I have used so far. With incremental backup every hour, we get the most recent live database. We ran Opera Server on virtual machine for a week and restored back to the server flawlessly. I highly recommend One Safe Place as a must-have solution for any business. You have to ask yourself, can you afford a disaster? Why would you risk your profits if you don't have to? Now let's talk numbers. Recent hotel revenues topped $208 billion. Several industry reports show that profit margins are continuing to rise, which is fantastic. But what are the risks that will wipe out your profits? Number one on that list is server failure. Also included on that list is fire, flooding, hurricanes, tornadoes, weather, ransomware, damaged reputation, and unknown. So let's turn now and look at some examples of actual hotel losses. 2 losses here. The first case study is a small hotel fire, and they had an electrical fire in the attic. After getting their guests out of the hotel safely, the manager was not allowed to go back in and grab the backup device because it was too dangerous. When they finally did retrieve the backup device, the data was corrupt. And after recovery efforts, it only yielded 1 week of 11 years of Opera guest history. So customers could not get their hotel statements for their expenses, and the total cost of the recovery was approximately $30,000 with a damaged reputation. The second case study is a large hotel that could not retrieve their data. Their failed server, actually, let me back up. In this situation, the hotel kept their server just a little too long. The failed server had been showing signs of aging, especially when they had to keep a cool air vent over it just to keep it from overheating. The local backup had failed with no offsite version. This painful process took up over 1,000 employee hours, and there were months of internal audits, and they hired an outside firm at $200 an hour. In the end, the insurance claim was denied, and only 5 days of night audit were recovered. and the final cost for the recovery efforts was $500,000 and a severely damaged reputation. Now, who is this for? If you're a hotel owner, general manager, or IT director, this is for you because you want to minimize guest impact and create raving fans. You want to avoid jeopardizing your lifestyle, job, or income. You want to keep your hotel open. You want to save the day when disaster strikes. You want a quick recovery plan. You want to minimize equipment failures, and you want to be ready for what comes at you in human error, natural disasters, ransomware, and hardware failures. Again, server failure, hardware failure is the leading cause of unplanned downtime. Diving further into the guest experience, if you're not constantly improving your guest experience, even by small measures, then you're damaging it, which means you're also damaging your reputation and profitability in the long run. Imagine how a guest is impacted if your servers are down at check-in and you can't pull up their hotel preferences. If your key server is down, you have to manually make room keys with a line of guests piling up. Or when the guests are trying to use the restaurant, bar, spa, or store, and the POS system's down. Or if you are down when a guest is checking out and you have to use the honor system and ask them what they purchased while staying at the hotel. We can help you with this. Now, before I get into the training section, I'll briefly cover One Safe Place. We were established in 1985. We have over 20 years experience in hospitality backup. We have thousands of properties protecting customers in over 45 countries now. We have been PCI compliant for over 12 years. And lastly, our employees average 15 years with us. Our zero gap technology stack is comprised of technology, people, and process. First, we find the best-in-class software solutions to optimize your business goals. Then we pair it with the right hardware and then leverage our private cloud data centers to ensure customized data security for our customers. Next is our unique process that is about efficiently helping you prevent data loss and minimizing downtime for your business. And finally, we top it off all off with our people. Here are some of the customers that we serve in over 45 countries. So now let's get into the training. This is the 6 steps to maximizing your hotel profits. We're gonna look in detail at quick recovery, offsite and encrypt, virtualize, refreshing on time, verifying backup success, and outsourcing and automating. Quick recovery. In a disaster recovery situation, you need the ability to quickly recover from a local device without having to push large amounts of data across the internet, especially if your internet is not as large as you'd like it to be. So, step 1, determine who's responsible for your backup. 2, choose what time and how often you're going to back up. 3, where to store your backup, and utilize at a minimum a 3-2-1 backup strategy. And here are some examples of what you need to back up. PMS, POS, file and print, sales and catering, spa system, key lock server, lighting, and video cameras. Now, this is a minimum backup configuration. So don't think that this is all we're telling you to do, but this is a minimum. At a minimum, you need 3 copies of your data, a primary, secondary, and an offsite. You also need 2 different media types. So you're probably on a server, the hard drive. You can look at CDs, DVDs, tape backups, external drives, network backup, and cloud. And you also need to get a copy off-site. At a minimum, get 1 copy off-site, preferably in the cloud. All of this is going to protect your profits. It is important to get your data off-site and out of the hotel. That's what the off-site and encrypt section is. So this means you got to get your data in the cloud, get it out of region, get your data encrypted, and don't forget about PCI. PCI violations are ranging from 5,000 to 100,000 per month until you're in compliance. Next is virtualizing. So think back of the two virtualized recoveries in Montreal and Chicago. So before virtualization, they would have had hours to days to recover their information. They would have had to rebuild their computer systems. Their hotel systems would have been down, and that would have been bad for profits. But after virtualization existed, they were able to keep their hotel open. It took minutes to recover. They had local and cloud recovery options. Their hotel was open while they fixed their equipment, and that's good for profits. Next is refreshing on time. Don't wait till it's too late, like the hotel that spent $500,000 trying to recover from an old failed server. You need to periodically replace your technology on a schedule. So, don't risk it. Set yourself a reminder on your calendar right now, and then go shopping for your new technology down the road on a consistent basis. Stay open and protect those profits. Next, we want you to verify your backup success. Number one, you need to verify if your backup completed. Number two, you need to verify it works and is not corrupt. Establishing your recovery time objective, you also need to be consistent and document your results. Remember, if you do not know if your backup is corrupt, once the server's crashed, you're dead in the water. Next is outsourcing and automating. Let's look at the daily backup and daily verification as a best practice. So, looking at the steps here in the best practice, you want to verify your backup is on the local device. You want to test that backup on the local device. You want to document those results for compliance. You also want to verify your cloud backup exists. Then you want to test your cloud backup. And you also want to document those results for compliance. And we estimate that the minimum time this would take you would be about 2 hours and 20 minutes per day. Could take you up to 24 hours, depending on your situation. But as a minimum, we're going to go with 2 hours and 20 minutes at a cost of $116 labor costs. Okay, your time to complete these best practice tasks is approximately $30,000 a year, where you will spend 475 hours doing these steps. Even if you only do it weekly, which we don't recommend, it'll cost you $6,000 in time and labor and 114 hours. So you only have so much time in a day, and we know that you're swamped with fixing things that other people break. Look at the cost of being down. And we know there are many, but let's focus on what matters. If you have a 20% profit margin, it's gone or greatly impacted. Your staff will be severely stressed out, sky-high levels of stress, because they're having to revert to manual processes. Your guest happiness is gone. And especially in the corporate world, if you have problems during a corporate event, there is no way they are coming back next time. And all that just damages your reputation, and that is not good. So, just to summarize the 6 steps of maximizing hotel profits, we recommend you have the ability for a quick recovery. You get your data off-site and encrypt it. You have the ability to instantly virtualize your data. Make sure you're refreshing on time. That's a ticking time bomb. Verifying your backup success. And we recommend that you outsource and automate. You have a decision to make. Do you want to go with option 1, the old way, where you back up to a local backup tape or device? There's no easy way to test it. You have to rebuild and reinstall software. Ransomware options are few. You have a long recovery time, and it's self-managed. Or do you want to come over to the new world where you implement a hybrid backup solution while partnering with the leader in hotel backup? And that's option 2, partnering with One Safe Place, where you get a daily protection strategy. You can run anywhere and protect anything. You can back up physical, virtual, or cloud infrastructure running on Windows, Mac, or Linux. You'll get a local backup plus a cloud backup. You'll have advanced backup verification, where you'll be able to do instant virtualization locally or in the cloud. You'll have ransomware detection, and it'll save your IT hours and protect your profits. Again, this is for owners, GMs, and IT directors who want to keep their hotel open with happy guests and protecting your profits. Remember how we helped the Intercontinental Montreal stay in business with 30 minutes of PMS, stay in business within 30 minutes of a PMS crash, and then ran on our equipment for another 3 weeks? And how we helped Intercontinental Hotel Chicago recover 700 gigabytes of Opera database in under 2 hours, and then they ran for 3 days on our equipment. Don't be the case study where there's little to no recovery. This is painful and you should avoid it and protect those profits. Now, the quick and easy benefits you will get with us is you'll keep your hotel open if your servers crash. You'll be able to virtualize in minutes. You'll get ransomware detection notification. You will not manually test your backups. You will get rid of unnecessary equipment purchases, and you'll maximize and protect your profits. Now, the features to our solution are image-based backups. Each backup is fully constructed virtual machine that can be booted up almost instantly from our local device or from the cloud. You can back up every 5 minutes, but mostly we see daily or hourly from our clients. Inverse chain technology removes high failure rates. Virtualizing from anywhere. Backups can be virtualized locally or in the cloud with a few clicks, allowing nearly uninterrupted access to critical files and applications. The cloud backup, all data is replicated to the One Safe Place cloud. You get end-to-end AES 256 encryption while it's at rest and in transit. Bare metal recovery. You can minimize downtime during a metal restore by virtualizing your server and automatically copy a new data to the production machine once the BMR has finished. You can virtualize a recovery point from any target hardware capable of booting from a USB stick. Advanced screenshot verification checks that a backup is viable by taking automatic screenshots and test booting protected servers. Ransomware detection alerts your admins to the very first signs of infection so that backups can be restored with little to no disruption. And the warranty. This is an unbelievable warranty. If your location is wiped out, you are covered for a disaster recovery replacement. You also get expedited replacement of parts and devices. And when you're ready to upgrade your service, you get a full credit trade-in towards the upgrade. If you sign up today, we will waive your setup fee. If you wait, you're risking disaster. If you wait, you may not get this incentive-based pricing. So what is the risk? We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Be ready. Protect your profits. Don't let this happen to you. So the next step is for you to get a price. And I want you to go to go.onesafeplace.com/get a price. Now, a couple question and answers that we see from the years with our customers that we hear about. One of them is, isn't the corporate brand backing up my hotel for me? Well, the short answer is no. All local servers at your property, servers, PCs, laptops, they need to be backed up and tested by you. If you have a cloud PMS, then corporate should be backing it up, but any hardware on site should be backed up and tested by you. Another question we've gotten is, I don't think my hardware will fail. Well, the answer, again, 5 to 13% of hardware will fail within the first 5 years. This is a statistically historical number. And you have guests and staff that need your help when they break things. And you don't need to be messing with hardware failure. I have the last question we're going to go over is, I have my data mirrored to another location. Isn't that just as good? You still have to push all that data back to your system if your hardware is functional and available. Instant virtualization is a much faster solution, and with data mirroring, if you have corrupt data on your end and you've only mirrored corrupt data to another location, and it'll be corrupt when you bring it back. So again, thanks for watching. The next step is to get a price. Please go to go.onesafeplace.com/get a price. Thanks for watching.